Hello everyone, welcome back to the Wyoming Classic 2022, Round 1, Part 2 at Romero Park in Cheyenne, Wyoming.
Thank you for the intro, Ratana. Wow, what did we see on the front nine? That was one for the record books. Absolutely crazy. If you're tuning in for the back nine, didn't see the front nine, I highly recommend you go check it out. But we have Shad Green with a score of +6.
Calvin Delamere with a score of +13.
The new Vinny. And rounding out the card, who is shooting the hot round that I'm aware of, at least for this card, is Tyler Trefethen, and he is at +5, and we get to watch this putt once again. Almost coming out of there, wants to blow out the side, and stays in there. Okay, now we're on to hole number 10, 297 feet, par 3, and let's see what kind of wind they're dealing with here. Have a little bit of elevation.
Seems like a headwind.
Head or a left to right, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a left to right, looking at the grass over there. Definitely a left to right.
Yeah.
They're trying to send it out left, and
have it push right.
297 feet downhill, extremely reachable, and these looks like they're going a long ways. And everyone's going to be having a challenging approach shot. Good approach by Shad. Both Shad and Tyler landing in a similar spot. Calvin with the closest shot, and
oh no. It's back in the rough.
Yeah, that's so difficult. From where Calvin was, he might have wanted to throw a grenade or something just to
spike it down,
get it out of the wind. It's all about keeping the nose angle down. I don't believe I've seen Tyler putt with a putter this round. I think he's putting with a zone or some sort of overstable approach disc. Right there. Still wants to come out. Have to be very mindful on every single shot if you want to compete at an event like this, because really it's about surviving. It's not about scoring. It's knowing your placements, knowing how your discs react in the wind, and being okay with some misfortune because it's inevitable. But now we're on to hole number 11, par 3, 419 feet. Seems to be a open bomber of sorts. I don't have a very good idea where the basket is. It seems to be maybe a right to left wind, since Tyler is opting for a forehand to fight the wind. And Calvin, it's just being caught by the wind. Flight plate. It's not a bad shot, though. Tyler from around 100 feet or so. Hopefully Calvin can put it up there.
Great. Touch
Great.
the head.
Stop some of the bleeding. pars are like birdies today. If you were to go out and shoot around even on a day like today, then you would be at the top, if not close to the top of the leaderboard. Extremely hard to keep the morale high. Shad and Tyler are now tied up. Moving on to number 12. And number 12 will be par 3, 279 feet. Working with a somewhat similar wind to the previous hole. This is a very good birdie opportunity if you can get the right angle. And that's a great shot. Throwing into the hillside with the right to left wind, especially with a forehand, it's kind of like throwing into a catcher's mitch if you get the right angle there. Catcher's mitt, that is. Not a catcher's mitch. I don't know what a catcher's mitch is. It came out of my mouth, though. And just hanging on there. I want to say a good shot, but in circumstances like these, leaving yourself a headwind putt right there, the chances are near zero that you're going to make it. So playing to the right side of the basket is key, because the only real hope of making any sort of putt is if you were able to set yourself up in a tailwind.
Oh no.
Wow. That's
OB.
That's unreal. That is unreal. Dale, we needed an instant replay on that one.
Oh no, stay.
This is something else. He was putting for birdie, and now he's dropping in for 7.
It's because this was in the basket, flew out, rolled OB.
And he really didn't do anything wrong.
No, it looked like a good putt. I think wind just got under it.
And there's a birdie. Is that the first of the round? I think it's the first birdie of the round. And just like that, Shad and Tyler were tied, and now Shad has a 5-stroke lead over Tyler.
Wow, great birdie, Shad.
That's incredible. Incredible in a not incredible way. The disc almost hit him. He hit the basket, blew back, and it almost hit him. Look at this.
Are you talking about Tyler's shot?
Yeah. And Shad trying to get as low to the ground as possible. That's a very good technique to make sure you get the release point out of the wind.
Get it low.
All these guys should be they should be listening to T-Pain, and
Low, 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 low.
They need to have that on speaker.
Oh, such a good bid.
But the thing with Tyler is he's by no means out of it yet. A lot of perseverance, and getting a string of getting pars and birdies.
Way to go, Calvin.
Pars are like birdies, and birdies are like eagles. But I was saying about Tyler, it's like a lot of the time you can get yourself into a bit of a pity party, and at the end of the day, you'll look back on your score and realize, if I held out with a little bit more mental fortitude, I could have shot a lot better. I've had that happen a lot in my disc golf career. And even though it's not fun in the moment, if you can finish strong, you're going to be proud of yourself, and you realize, okay, I can get a good finish, or I could have had a good finish.
I agree. That was my round, my second round at 303, or my first round, actually. My second round was great.
It's a cliche. It's the oldest cliche in the book. Never give up. It rings true. Oh, that looked like a really good shot. It looks like he hit the gap clean, but that headwind is just pushing the nose up and blowing it backwards. Shad gets the nose down, and Tyler seems to have a good amount of power, and that's the thing. If you notice, if you can, it's a bit counterintuitive if you're wanting to throw into a headwind, but if you can throw an Anheuser angle or nose down with an overstable disc, it's going to be greatly beneficial opposed to throwing a hyzer flip up, because a hyzer flip up is naturally going to have the nose angle up, whereas a nose angle down, it's going to fight the wind a lot better. And Tyler's just getting brutalized right now. A lot of misfortune.
Wow, second roll away. And these are just him just throwing approach shots, it seems. Still rolling.
You never want throwing upside down thumber sidearms.
Oh, whoa, sit. Okay.
I almost jumped in. Look at the tree in the background, that blue spruce. It's about to get blown over. We came up to Wyoming this year. I think I was mentioning that in the part 1. And great group of people up there. Shout out to the club. But I remember when I was a kid, I was playing up there, and then they had a club called Disgust. And I don't know what necessarily happened to them or what the status is.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
That was
pause the story.
Crazy. Abandoned
throw. I've never seen anything like that.
So can you explain what an abandoned throw is? Because I've never heard of it.
Yeah, so you always have the option to rethrow with a 1-stroke penalty. So what he did there, he justified that it wouldn't be smart to go play the shot where his shot landed, so he just opted to throw from his lie with a stroke penalty.
Okay. Wow.
I've never seen anything like that. I don't even know what happened. Did he throw it upside down?
I don't think so. I just think the wind got under it and just whoosh, into the air.
Bizarre. Hole 15, par 3, 286 feet.
So we have Calvin on the box. That looks like a good throw. I'm not sure where the basket is.
Seems to be maybe a bit more to the right. It's turning over.
Okay, I see it now.
And I think they're navigating with a tailwind for this hole, potentially.
a great up from Calvin.
So touchy. You don't want to get your disc up in the air, and it's so difficult to just willingly take a 4. But that's what you have to do in conditions like these if you don't have an ideal shot or approach. That's a fortunate stick right there. Withdrew from the tournament.
So it seems that Tyler withdrew from the tournament. Not really sure what the reason was. So we have Calvin at plus 15, and what did Chad have?
Shad, I unfortunately didn't catch what his score was. But hole 16, par 3, 389 feet. I believe we'll just be watching Calvin and Shad to finish out. That's like a new level of wind. I haven't seen anything really like this before.
Oh no.
Wow.
Does it seem like the wind is picking up? That's what it seems like. Wow.
I'm baffled. We were, oh my goodness. I believe we were in Georgia when this was happening. Otherwise, this could have been us. This could have been you playing this event.
I mean, was it the Wyoming Classic that we played, or was it?
The Wyoming Hall of Fame.
That was kind of windy.
That was nothing compared to this, though.
What do you think?
Just watching this, I believe it's a sustained 30, probably gusts 40, 50, maybe even more. I just remember that blue spruce. Oh my goodness. It's just turning backwards. Dare I say, this isn't disc golf. It definitely takes a special skill set to compete in this. But I believe if you get to a certain level, then you lose a little bit in the integrity of disc golf. But you have people competing, and the show must go on, especially in a place like Wyoming. All I can say is, at least there's no snow on the ground. At least it's not a blizzard. Shad in for 7. Shad to plus 13. Calvin plus 18. And just by the looks of this course, these guys definitely want to be shooting far under par if there's no wind. It looks like a fun course to go play. Some good shot shaping. A good course probably to build some confidence on when there's no wind.
You haven't played this course yet?
I haven't played this, no. Hole 17 at 208 feet. I don't know where that went. That one It's coming back down to earth. And it just got blown behind a bush. But that was a good shot.
Oh no.
It's a boomerang. I'm really at a loss for words right now. I've never seen anything quite like this. Usually, if it were around just during the week, I would never even think of going to play. But for a tournament, you put yourself in an uncomfortable situation, and you're more inclined to endure it. But man, it challenges you. To say the least, it challenges you.
I need to get better at playing in the wind. It's a skill for sure. If you can master playing in the wind, then you're getting strokes on people.
Absolutely. This goes beyond playing in the wind, I would say. But there is light at the end of the tunnel. The end is near. This is hole 18, par 3, 331 feet. Shad has put a move on it, but it looks like it's turning over and coming backwards to the tee pad. So what I assume it is a fierce headwind. So it's just pushing everything back. 331 foot holes, playing 500 feet or double the distance. And these guys are going to want some more overstable discs going into the second round.
Would you say throwing like a tilt in this condition is considered a good thing?
Potentially. One particular method for throwing in a condition like this is throwing a tilt upside down, because you're not going to expose the bottom side to the wind. Mm-hmm. And it might be a very good option of keeping shots low, but that is pure theory. But
I'm going to practice that. We should practice that.
Well, if you're throwing in 50 plus mile per hour winds, then yes. Oh my goodness. And now he has a tougher putt than what he began with. Does he choose to slide it up? Yep.
Nice.
That's the only way you can assure success, is by putting it in front of the basket, dropping it down, forcibly dropping it down in the basket to make sure it doesn't blow out.
What's scarier than putting like in the wind is putting on an elevated basket in the wind.
It hurts to see.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just par for the course today. A 7 is a par for the course. But kudos to these guys for going out there and finishing the round. It's not easy playing in conditions like this, to say the least. Well, that has been round 1 of the Wyoming Classic 2022. For the next round, you got Maverick Robertson, Jaime Muro, Brooks Michelle, and Mac Lugo. Make sure you subscribe to Shy Ride so you don't miss another video. And thank you for watching. Thank you to my beautiful co-host. And until next time, keep on dreaming.
Keep on dreaming.